What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the William Nylander contract and a little bit of an update because your boy Willie Styles might be signing an 8-year contract extension. So if you guys are new here and you're a Leaf fan like myself, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Also, if you want some money off of Manscaped, okay? Use code APH20, that's APH20 for 20% off and free shipping from Manscaped. You're going to want to check it out, APH20 Manscaped. But let's get into the real deal of the video. Let's get into Willie Styles, William Nylander, who has been having an incredible year, an amazing season for the Toronto Maple Leafs this year. He's been fantastic. Personally, I'm a big fan of him, and I know a lot of people have their doubts and, their pros and their cons to William Nylander's game. But I happen to think that he is a guy that's built for this market. He's built to be a Toronto Maple Leaf. And the rumors are showing that he might be wanting to stay here long term. He might be wanting that 8-year deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs, as you can see on the screen right now. The Luke Fox article that's on Sportsnet right now, trying to put some information together, talking about the fact that there could be a Willie extension really soon. So the first little bit of news that we got regarding this was Nick Kypreos reporting that the 2024's most coveted, one of the most coveted free agents, unrestricted free agents, had been engaged in positive talks with GM Brad Treliving. So the Maple Leafs need to get this locked up very soon, and it's looking like it's going to happen. Apparently, the deal could be quite expensive. There were some numbers reported before that were saying that Willie could fetch somewhere in the $9 to $10 million range. Well, the Maple Leafs waited too long, and Willie's been playing very, very well. It's looking like he could be getting over $11 million. Apparently, the number is around 11.25, which would make him $90 million in total. That's the same average annual value that Nylander's friend David Pastrnak, a.k.a. Pasta, one of the most dominant goal scorers in the league, that's what he got in early 2023 before his deal expired. And of course, it definitely is a bargain. Now, to double this up, Elliot Friedman also said that the paperwork on a Nylander extension could be completed as early as this week, and that the team would prefer to take care of its top business priority before hosting the All-Star game in February. Now, Nylander was also asked about this, and he didn't want to comment. He never does. Willie is so cool. They call him Willie Styles. Willie is just chill. The guy just wants to play hockey and walk his dogs on his off days. He doesn't care. He wants to win. He wants to play. And look, I've been saying this for a long time. And we're going to look at his former contract before. We're going to look at what he's done over time here in Toronto. But I've been saying for a long time that he's built for this. I've said it in many videos before, to give him time. A lot of players don't hit their ceiling until they're very, very comfortable, and it takes a few years to do that. It seems like Willie, over the years, has been fantastic. I mean, people look at his numbers before. Like, this guy was putting up 60-point seasons in the first couple of years of his career as a young kid. But he's only gotten better. If Willie was getting worse and then, a good season, then a bad one, a good season and a bad one, like, he's only getting better. And Willie's found his own. He's really found his game. He's a good playmaker. He's starting to find a little bit of the defensive style of his game. Like, look at that against LA, getting the puck deep, making a good defensive play, and then scoring an empty netter later on. He's getting some penalty kill time. So he's starting to really put that game together, but he's also got that scoring touch from last year and this year. He's putting up mega points. He's putting up big numbers. And I want to look at his deal. I want to look at his former deal. So we'll look at this together. So his former cap hit, current cap hit, but next year it's going to be quite different, was $6.9 million. And again, I'm not the type of guy to sit here and be like, hey, I told you so. But to be fair, I do want to say, when this contract was signed, there were so many people that were pissed off about this, saying that him getting close to $7 million basically $7 million was way too much money and that the Leafs were overspending. And I said, be patient, let this contract take its time. And for a few years now, this contract has been under what the production that he's been giving the NHL and giving the Toronto Maple Leafs. But people seem to forget the fact that when the salary cap goes up, players demand for more of a percentage of that cap. And if you go back to even the early 2000s, and I use this example, I love Jason Spezza, but if you go back to percentage of the cap for some of these players, and specifically a guy like Jason Spezza, really look into those numbers and see how much money these guys were making versus how much the rest of their team was making and versus how much other stars in their team were making. Some of these players were getting paid big time dollars for similar or less production. And I'm not saying specifically Jason Spezza because he was fantastic, but plenty of other players that were not nearly as good as William Nylander were getting paid way more than they should have, and that was in the early 2000s. So with the salary cap and how much money teams are spending now, William Nylander's deal, what he had, that $6.9 million, was an underpay. And if you think otherwise, you might just hate the guy. I'm sorry, but $7 million for a guy that's putting up this many points, you're not getting that in free agency ever. That's not going to happen. So if we're looking at him, 27 years old here. So again, he's not even close to being, past his prime. This guy's got a lot of time left. You can see 50 points in 35 games this year. He's been on an absolute tear. 87 points last year in 82 games, 10 points in 11 games in the playoffs last year. And you can see he's been performing in the playoffs, 40 points in 50 playoff games. There's a lot of Leafs that get a lot of flack for not performing in the playoffs and the Leafs not having that scoring touch in the playoffs. Well, that doesn't apply to William Nylander. He's consistently given the Leafs production in the playoffs, and that's something that fans have been begging for. It's something that fans have been looking for, and you have it right here in a guy that produces in the regular season and in the playoffs. And the way Willie's playing right now, I mean, he's been going on these random long-ass point streaks. Like, he could put up 100 points this year. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's very possible if he keeps playing the way he's playing. Now, there's going to be cool-off periods. Like, I'm sure he's going to cool off a little bit at some point. But, man, imagine if he doesn't. But I still think this is at very minimum, I believe this is a 90-point season. Like, Willie is going to give the Leafs a 90-point season. You can't tell me 35 games and this guy has 50 points. I'm going to knock on wood, whatever. I hope I don't jinx it. But Willie's going to put up big numbers. And I hate to say this, but the longer the Leafs waited, and again, I also said this in a video, I'm not acting like an expert because I'm sure other people said this as well. And I'm sure other people said that his deal was a bargain as well. Like, I'm not the only one, clearly. But the longer they waited, Willie was going to be like, all right, cool. Like, I'm go out there and put up a bunch of points because I just progressively keep getting better. I had 80 points the year before. Now I had 87 last year, and now I'm already at 50. Show me the money. That's basically what he is. He's hitting the Jerry Maguire, the show me the money. And, oh man, there's going to be some kids that don't even know about that. But, Jesus, I'm dating myself a little bit here. But the Maple Leafs have to show him the money now. And if he makes over $11 million, well, I hate to say it, it's market value now. If Nylander goes to the open market, he probably gets 12 or 12 and a half. People are going to think I'm absolutely nuts for that. But the cap is going up $7 to $8 million either this off season or the next, maybe even close to $10 million for the next 2 years. This is a player that's going to get paid regardless if it's the Leafs or not, and it's trending towards it being his hometown Maple Leafs. So if you guys are new here and you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, let me know what you guys think about William Nylander. If he's going to get this big deal, is it going to happen? Maybe by the time I'm done recording this and editing it, they're gonna sign him, and I'm going to look like a huge idiot. So like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.